Alright, so who here needs to learn how to cook?
I think it's pretty obvious, but I do.
I do.
Alright, so Cole, Constance, Reginald. Cole, I don't know what your security schedule is going to look like, but you're definitely going to have to be at that class. Reginald,
Yes.
let's start with Hunter, Reginald, and Constance going to the cooking class. The rest of you who are not on security, let's see, who needs to qualify in the rifle range?
Gray does.
Chris, I do.
I have to do that too, but yeah.
Yeah, we'll rotate. Alright, so basically, if you're not going to be on security duty and you need to qualify in the rifle range. Actually, Redcliffe, do you want to make this easier on us? Who do you want to be patrolling first?
For me, it's going to be Black Ace with us on the first go around.
Okay,
Oh,
so,
I'm sorry, not Black Ace. It's Cole.
Alright, so Cole, you will catch a second cooking class.
Sounds good.
But make sure that Bates has finished his necessary stuff before we do. So probably the radio and the cooking class before I swap out with Cole.
Okay. So Bates, Christabel, Jaravian. Who's left? Gray, you were going to the rifle range, right?
Yes, but I'm up for anything if need be, besides cooking. Don't think it's really necessary.
Hopefully we'll be able to do all three here. That's the intent.
Even if you have certification, it never hurts to do a little practice.
It's true.
For
I
sure.
suppose so.
You might learn something. So Bates, Christabel, and Jaravian, you guys will go to the radio class with me once we break here. Everyone else who isn't assigned to cooking or radio will start at the rifle range, and from there we'll swap as
to the rifle range.
Yeah, as we finish out. Is that clear?
Good enough?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Sounds fine.
And for our culinary experience today, we've brought in some local talent.
Oh dear.
Oh, no, this is going to be good. So, Knight Kermanovich has some relatives that I'd like to introduce here. If you'd like to make your presence known and announce yourself.
Sure. I'm Babette Sprinova, Free State's Bob's wife. I was asked to come here and teach some of y'all how to cook, and I'm more than happy to do so for my friends in the Brotherhood.
So, please treat her well.
Hi,
She's an expert in the local cuisine.
I'm sure they will.
All right.
Anybody who's fixing to learn how to cook, come join the lady in the dress over here. I don't bite much.
We got a little ceremony we got to perform before then. Hope you don't mind.
Oh, yeah, fine, go ahead.
And speaking of which, I'd like to start. She's not here; she's sick, but we have made the decision to promote Kermanovich to senior knight. She'll be taking direct command of Raptor, and senior knight Redcliffe will be promoted to oversee all of our defensive operations.
Hoorah! Ad Victoriam.
Ad Victoriam.
Auditorium.
It's administrative as well, but this is going to get confusing real quick. So my wife, Elsie, also known as Scribe Carlson, not to be confused with Senior Scribe Carlson, will also now be a Senior Scribe. So I would really appreciate it if you started calling her Elsie or, Senior Scribe Carlson, and using my less formal title, Head Librarian. That would help with the obvious confusion here. but she will be put in charge of our medical branch since we are growing.
Aye, sir.
Ad Victoriam.
Ad Victoriam.
Victorium.
Ad Victoriam.
That
You
sounds
could also
mighty fine.
refer to her as head scribe Elsie, right? Or sorry, senior scribe Elsie.
Yes, senior scribe Elsie. Apologies. See, even I'm getting confused here. Alright, so that's the administrative stuff out of the way. Redcliffe.
So I'd like to take this opportunity to promote a couple of our initiates on the night track who have performed admirably in the last few weeks, and since they've joined the chapter. When I call your name, could you please come up on the platform and kneel, and then we will perform the ceremony. Initiate Lithian, will you please speak forward?
Aye, sir.
The last few weeks you have performed admirably. You have taken responsibilities beyond the normal required needs of initiates, and you've shown an aptitude for this work. It is with this in mind that we have decided to promote you from initiate to squire. Now, if you'd repeat after me. I do solemnly swear loyalty to the Brotherhood, and I will protect those who share that loyalty above all else.
I do solemnly swear loyalty to the Brotherhood. I swear to protect
Those who share that loyalty above all else.
those who share that loyalty above all else.
I vow to defend the Brotherhood against all enemies,
I vow to defend the Brotherhood against all enemies,
even at the cost of my own life.
even at the cost of my own life.
I vow to learn the ways of my brothers,
I vow to learn the ways of my brothers,
and I will grow stronger so the chains that bind us together grows more resilient.
I will grow stronger so that the chains that bind us grow more resilient.
I vow to follow the orders of my elders,
I vow to follow the orders of my elders,
and support our scribes in their mission at all times.
and support our scribes in their missions at all times.
You will now receive the ceremonial dent and rise as a full-fledged squire of the Brotherhood of Steel. Now rise, Squire Lithian. Ad Victoriam.
Ad Victoriam.
Initiate Silver, please step forward. Although, like your husband, you have joined recently, you have proven yourself in the field and improved aptitude for this rank. Your talent with a 50 cal has not gone unnoticed, and I appreciate having you on the field with us. Now, if you would please repeat after me. I do solemnly swear loyalty to the Brotherhood,
I do solemnly swear loyalty to the Brotherhood,
and I will protect those who share that loyalty above all else.
and I will protect those who share that loyalty above all else.
I vow to defend the Brotherhood against all enemies,
I vow to defend the Brotherhood against all enemies,
even at the cost of my own life.
even at the cost of my own life.
I vow to learn the ways of my brothers,
I vow to learn the ways of my brothers,
and I will grow stronger, so the chains that bind us together grow more resilient.
and I will grow stronger so that the chains that bind us will grow more resilient.
I vow to follow the orders of my elders,
I vow to follow the orders of my elders
and support our scribes in their mission at all times.
and support our scribes in their missions at all times.
You will now take the ceremonial dent and rise as a full-fledged squire of the Brotherhood of Steel. Now rise, Squire Silver.
Ad
Ad
Victoriam.
Victoriam. Now you got some words yourself there.
I
Senior
do.
Scribe Carlson.
Initiate Constance. Please take to the platform. Constance, for your dedication to increasing our knowledge of the fissure sites and preservation of that knowledge for all future humanity, you have been chosen to fulfill the role of a scribe in the Brotherhood of Steel. Do you accept this duty?
I do.
Carlson reaches behind his back and pulls out a copy of the Codex and holds it out. Please place your hand on this copy of our Codex and repeat after me.
Constance places her hand upon the Codex.
I solemnly swear to be loyal to the Brotherhood.
I solemnly swear to be loyal to the Brotherhood.
I will guard all of our secrets with my life.
I will guard all of our secrets with my life.
I will seek out all that we must know of the world.
I will seek out all that we must know of the world.
I will record the deeds of my brothers and sisters.
I will record the deeds of my brothers and sisters.
I will see to it that their sacrifices shall never be forgotten.
I shall see to it that their sacrifices shall never be forgotten.
I will preserve and prepare the best of what was.
I shall preserve and prepare the best of what was.
For those who will rebuild after we are gone.
For those who will rebuild after we are gone.
Carlson hands the book to Constance.
Thank you, sir.
Congratulations, Scribe Constance, and welcome.
Ad Victoriam, sir.
Ad Victoriam.
Ad Victoriam.
And Victoria.
All right. Now we got some learning to do. Redcliffe, you want to start your patrol?
Yes, I will proceed. Squire Cole, if you could join me.
All right, let's
Yes,
split
sir.
up. All those going
All
to
right,
the cooking
everybody-
class? Sorry, Red.
No, go ahead. It's your duty. You're higher rank. Go for it.
All those going in the cooking class, please get with Granny over here.
Not sure who started that granny stuff, but none of my daughters produced a child yet. Babs is fine.
I thought we were all your kids.
Oh boy. Alright, so I think we're missing somebody. Must be this one. Alright, folks, follow me down the
Sir,
hill
I gotta
here.
put up the range.
Ready
All right,
side by
sounds
side
good.
with me.
Yes, sir.
All right. So, Gray, did you need to qualify?
For rifles, yes.
All right, you Elsie, Gray, do you guys want to do the range first?
I mean, I'm qualified, but I could do with the practice.
All right. Go on and head on down there. The rest of you, follow me. Not you, Dorsey.
Just this way down there, Elsie. Need No, if it's over here.
All right. Out of
believe it's
character,
just
I'm going
around
to
the
drop
corner.
a few items here while they disperse to their areas. These will be used for the class. I'm going to leave a bobby pin in the bag so that when the class is done, you guys can drop the things back
I feel
in
like
the bag.
maybe Red should have waited for us.
Roger that.
Huh.
We'll probably at the range itself. I'll see about going through this way.
Alright, this will be our main patrol route. Let's stay to the right of the tracks.
All right, so do your best. Pick whatever you think would be
It does
funnest
seem like
to
pathway
swing.
if we drop down, but that's not too safe. I'd have to go back. Or I could just drop down here. This might work.
All right, so I brought some tools for learning. Ian's going to learn how to prepare victuals, nourishment.
Yeah, not too bad.
Alright, might as well pull up a seat for this.
Head Librarian Carlson, permission to get out of my power armor.
Absolutely. Granted. Probably going to be easier for this. This is rather informal. Some of you are going to be fairly familiar with the protocols that we're going to discuss today. This is mainly about basic radio discipline. We all need a refresher. Alright, so who all do we have present here?
Squire Lithian.
Beats.
Squire Silver.
Squire Black Ace.
Alright, Black Ace, awesome. Okay. Alright, so is anyone here familiar with basic radio protocol?
I am, sir.
I am, sir.
Okay, so both of you, this will be a refresher, like I said, for everyone else, including myself. This has been a trying experience. I'm not usually used to using a radio, and it's caused some confusion in some of our communications. So what we're trying to do is fix that situation. We're going to go over some basic stuff, and then we're going to try some practical examples. Alright, so number one, when using a radio, you want to think before you transmit. You need to know what you intend to say prior to transmitting, and you want to focus on the delivery and try not to trip up on your own words or repeat the message. Clarity is the goal when using any radio. Any questions?
No, sir.
Negative.
Alright. So, when you initiate the call, you want to use the call sign of the person or location that you are calling first. This will inform the intended recipient that you are trying to message them. You also want to introduce yourself with your call sign. Don't use your real name. We're doing this for security purposes. Anyone who's on the line can hear you. You guys feel free to pull up a seat. We're going to be here a bit. Also, hello, civilian. Nothing wrong with a little wasteland education out here.
Yeah, exactly.
Might as well give her the training too.
Yep. Alright, so when you do talk, you want to speak slowly, especially if the recipient is required to write something down. You want to give extra pause between concepts so that people have a minute to let it soak in. That way, whatever you're trying to communicate gets across in full. Clarity in transmission will get your point across way more than a loud, panicked voice. The radio has a tendency to crackle or drown out louder voices, so try to stay calm and try to just speak slowly. You want to use the word over when you are done speaking, or out when you are done speaking and leaving the radio. It notifies the recipient that you are done with your portion of the conversation and that you are waiting for a response or ending the transmission. Is that, does anyone have any questions on that?
Negative.
No, sir.
Good here.
When you have understood the transmitted information, acknowledge the recipient with the words copy or roger. This will inform the transmitting party that the transmission was received and that you understood it. I, which means understood and will comply, or wilco, can be used to inform the transmitting party that you have both understood and will comply in the case of an order or task assigned via the communication. Basically, you just want to let them know that you received the order and you're going to go actually perform it. Use break whenever you have a priority message that needs to get through and there's other radio traffic ongoing at the time your emergency message needs to transmit. So if a lot of people are talking, don't hesitate if what you have to say is important. Just key up and actually speak break. That will inform everyone else on the line that they need to go silent so that your transmission will take priority. I know we've had some issues with that in the past. You are a fidgety one, civilian. If you receive a message and do not understand it, say again or repeat your last in order to inform the transmitter that their attempt at communication has failed. You just want to get them to actually repeat it. That way you'll understand what it was and they'll know that you didn't understand it. So whenever you need to spell a word, you want to use what's called the phonetic alphabet. Is everyone familiar with that?
Yes, sir.
I know a little bit of it.
Hi, sir.
I know a little bit of it as well, sir.
Okay, so but you're familiar with the concept. So
Hi, sir.
it's actually better if you don't know the word, don't hesitate to use an alternate word. The point is that you want to get the letter across. If you have to, just use a different word. But we have on the Scrolls database a listing of the phonetic alphabet. I suggest that everyone involved here study it, even if it's been a while since you looked at it. It's going to help to go refresh your memory. Practicing it's a good idea too. We want everyone to be on the same page. And lastly, when you have to transmit a number, you want to use simple individual numbers. For instance, 25 would be transmitted as 25. Do not combine numbers. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Copy.
All right. So now now that we have some of the basics, we're gonna practice. We're not gonna actually use the radio. We're gonna pretend we're on the radio. So Black Ace and Bates, to get up here and take center stage.
Yes, sir.
Everything seems to be in order here.
Alright, so facing away from each other so that you can't actually see. Black Ace, I would like you to transmit a message to Bates. This can be anything, but I would also like you to use the phonetic alphabet if possible. At least once in the message.
Use call sign or just my name?
Yeah, go ahead and Bates, what's your call sign right now? It can be anything.
Raptor 8.
Okay. Black Ace.
You're Raptor 7, right, Black Ace?
I am indeed.
Alright, there you go.
Raptor 7 to Raptor 8.
Raptor, this is Raptor 8.
I gotta check over on some Sierra Bravos in the whiskey direction.
Alright, hold up. So one of the mistakes that we've been making commonly, including myself, is that we're not using the word over to indicate that we're done speaking. So when we are done speaking, use over. So take it from the top. Let's do it.
Raptor 7 to Raptor 8, over.
Raptor 7, this is Raptor 8, over.
Raptor 8, I got some sights on Sierra Bravos over in the whiskey direction, over.
Roger that, Raptor 7, over.
I recommend we engage them as fast as possible, Raptor 8, out.
Perfect. Can you guys try something with the phonetic alphabet?
Yeah, for sure. I can do that.
All right, cool. Take it up, Bates.
Raptor 7, this is Raptor 8, over.
Go ahead, Raptor 8, over.
Raptor 7, we have contact. Grid reference. Delta Echo 536 dash X-ray Zulu 9. Over.
Understood that, Raptor 8, out.
All right, Black Ace, what did he just say?
To be fully honest, sir, I have no idea. I know a little bit of the alphabet, but that went right over my head.
And this
I
is
just
why
made some grid refs.
this is why we're doing this. So, all right. Carlson reaches into his pocket, pulls out a little notebook and a pencil, and he holds it out for Black Ace. So this is
Black Ace takes it.
This is an old trick. Whenever you anticipate that you might receive a radio transmission that might be a little complex, you're going to want to write this down. So, Bates, as soon as Black Ace acknowledges that he's ready, try it again.
Yes, sir.
Whenever he's ready, I'm ready to write it down.
Raptor 7, this is Raptor 8, over.
Go ahead, Raptor 8, over.
Raptor 7, we have contact. Grid reference. X-ray 3-4. Break 3, or Delta -3-8. Over.
Cover that, Raptor 8. I've got X3-4, D-3-8. Would that be right? Over.
Roger out.
All right, well done. If you two want to take a seat, Silver and Lithium, your turn.
Raptor 3, this is Raptor 10, over.
Raptor 10, go ahead.
I have a visual on some Sierra Bravos northwest of here, over.
Acknowledged, over.
We're gonna go check it out to get a closer look. Out.
All right, Chris, can you try something with the phonetic alphabet? That was good. Clarity is key. That's the important thing.
Raptor 10, this is Raptor 3, over.
I copy you, Raptor 3. Over.
Raptor 10, Echo, Charlie, 2-5, over.
I read you Raptor 3. That was E as in Echo, C as in Charlie, 2-5. Over.
Copy. Out.
Alright, perfect. Alright, so these are pretty much the fundamentals of how we need to talk on the radio. Does anyone have any questions or additions or comments or concerns?
Negative.
Nah, nothing I can think of right now, thanks.
Do you happen to have a full list of those alphabet by chance?
Yes, they're actually in the Scrolls database. The article may not actually be published yet, but it is in the database. I do know that. I'll work with Hunter and we'll get it published as soon as possible so that you can peruse it at your will.
Thank you.
Any critiques for the class?
It was very good, sir.
All right, perfect.
It was really solid fundamentals.
Cool. All right. Well, how do we want to do this? Who here needs cooking?
Bates does.
I know I
think we all
probably
do.
do.
I think we all do.
All right. Well,
I can burn water.
Let's make our way over there. If they're still in progress, let's try to be quiet until they're finished, and then we'll I'll grab the rest of the class and we'll come back over here. You guys will stay over there.
Roger that.
Thanks.
Let me see if there's any other words of wisdom.
Yeah, meat. How do you not ruin meat? If you want a high temperature to bring out flavor in meat, it's good to brown it. You got to make sure to turn it often so that it doesn't get too seared. As far as that eyeball of temperature, say you're cooking ramen, cut a slit down the middle and make sure it's not too red in the middle. And that's a good indication that it's actually done hot enough. Chicken tends to go from pink to white and goes from kind of jelly to solid, which Hunter just demonstrated perfectly. And the important part about the stew is that you don't cook the meat too long before you put it in the stew. You pre-cook the vegetables so that they're already soft, and then you let it simmer for a couple hours. Neat little trick is throw a couple rocks in the bottom of it, clean rocks, but they'll jumble around and keep the food moving so you won't have to stir as much. Good job.
Thank you.
I'll keep that in mind with the rocks.
Yeah, I never would have thought of that.
One primary thing that you have to watch out for is radiation, of course, but we got medicines for that. You can even try adding it to your recipes depending on whether you can like the taste of it or not. Yeah. All right, well, go ahead and drop off your implements in the bag, and looks like we're joined by others.
All right, thank you.
Oh, one last thing is that you're gonna Hunter, you've earned a title. You're officially a Smirnovian hash slinger.
Oh, thank you.
All right, y'all have a good day. Good luck with what your next task is.
Thank you, and it was nice meeting you.
Yes, it was very nice to meet you. Thanks for the lesson.
Yeah. Very good, students. Pleasure to meet you.
Babs, was that enough time?
That was plenty of time.
Okay, perfect. Your second class is here.
Excellent. Who we got now?
You got Black Ace, Eights, Silver, and Lithium.
Excellent. All right, folks, come on up. Any of y'all others still have some of those implements, drop them off in the bag. Greetings, folks.
Afternoon, ma'am.
All right.
Afternoon, ma'am.
So the three of you are ready. Let's go.
Oh, ma'am.
I like your dress.
We head into radio class?
Thank you.
Yep.
All right.
We'll let them head off here in a moment.
Radio
Okay,
fundamentals.
out of character in the meantime. Pick something out of this bag, one implement that most suits you for cooking purposes.
Implement? Ooh.
When you pick one, go ahead and show it to me.
Last caller, say again.
Dravian shows Babs the hatchet.
Raven 1, this is Raptor 1, do you copy?
I copy.
Is that a mistake over the radio just now?
Yes, that was a mistake.
Slow, clear.
Okay. Just confirming no issues on your end.
Raptor 1, there are no issues on our end, over.
Copy that. Continuing patrol.
Alright, y'all. I'm Fab Supernova.
Alright, so as you may have just heard, we need these radio fundamental classes because even I get them wrong constantly. So, go ahead and pull up a seat. Don't mind our civilian friend here. They are here to learn, just like we are, apparently. Alright, so out of curiosity, does anyone here have any radio experience? Like military radio experience? Okay.
Only with the military.
Okay. So this is going to be fairly simplistic for those of you who have gone through it before, but we do need to cover the bases again, and it doesn't hurt any of us. So we're going to go through the basic fundamentals of how we, as a unit, plan on using the radio. So the first thing you want to do is think before you transmit and know what you intend to say prior to transmitting. You want to focus on the delivery and try not to trip up on your own words or repeat the message. Clarity is the goal. As we just heard, even I can screw that up, so don't feel too bad if it happens. We're just trying to be as clear as possible to get our message across. When you do make a transmission, you want to use the call sign of the person or location that you are calling first. This will inform the intended recipient that you are trying to message them. That way they can pay more attention to what's actually happening and ignore messages that are not necessarily meant for them, so they stay on task. You want to introduce yourself with your call sign. You don't want to use your real name. We do this for security purposes. Anyone could be listening, and if you use your real name, they're going to know exactly who you are. You want to speak slowly, especially if the recipient is required to write something down. You want to give extra pause between concepts. Clarity in transmission will get your point across more than a loud, panicked voice. I'm sure we have all heard transmissions that are garbled because people are panicking and we don't understand what they're saying. Something that we're very bad at, that we need to improve on, is using the word over when we are done speaking, or out. Over when we're done speaking, or out when we're done speaking and leaving the radio. That's what I just messed up. I'm sure you heard that. This notifies the recipient that you are done with your portion of the conversation and you're waiting for a response or ending the transmission. That way they know that they're actually supposed to respond, or if the conversation's done. Any questions on that point?
Nope.
None come to mind.
Alright, so when you have understood the transmitted information, you want to acknowledge the recipient with the word copy or roger. This will inform the transmitting party that the transmission was received and you understood it. II or Wilco can be used to inform the transmitting party that not only did you understand the transmission, but you're going to carry out whatever order or task they had asked to be performed. Is that clear?
Yes.
Yes. Yep.
All right. And this next one is something we haven't been doing at all. If there's a lot of radio traffic or somebody else is communicating and you want to get an emergency message through, you want to use the words break, break. That way, basically anyone who has something very important to say can override whatever radio traffic is currently going on, and all other parties involved will understand that you're trying to relay an emergency message, and hopefully they will stop talking. So if you receive a message and do not understand it, you want to say again or repeat your last. That way you inform the transmitter that you did not understand their message and their attempt at communication has failed. Hopefully it'll be more understandable the second time around. Sometimes because of interference, that's not quite possible. Whenever you use a word, or whenever you have to spell out a word for whatever reason, be it a location or you really want to make sure that they've actually received the word in particular, you want to spell it out using the phonetic alphabet. Is everyone here familiar with that concept?
Yes.
Yes.
Raven 1, this is Talon 1.
Hold up. Talon 1, this is what Raven 1, I read you over.
Thank you, this is Talon 1. The people at my section have now fully qualified. What's the next place we send them to?
Excellent. Actually, you can send them to the listening post, and we can, like, we had just started a radio course, so I can put them through that.
Roger that, will do.
Alright, sounds good. Alright, looks like we're going to have more company here, so we'll just pause this course. I hope you guys don't mind if we go over the same little bits all over again.
Talon 1, this is Raptor 1, do you copy?
No, it'll be good to review.
Okay.
This is Talon 1, go ahead.
The whole reason we're doing this, we want to become more proficient in our usage of radio.
We'll see if we can meet up and back down the range with you.
I'm sure you folks have seen that there tends to be a lot of issues when we're using the radio.
Yeah, a couple of times I've noticed.
A few times with the broken radio.
Yeah, it's definitely something that our chapter can improve on greatly.
You add that to our charisma, right?
For instance, that accidental transmissions all the time.
Last calling station, say again.
This last station, sorry, Nickel radio.
Clear the net.
Case in point. Our lives actually depend on effective radio discipline out there.
Definitely.
So how'd the cooking class go?
It was quite fun. I love her.
Yeah, Hunter's quite the chef.
Oh yeah?
Apparently I'm quite a good cook.
Well, this is good news.
Well, I've earned my title.
I wouldn't let either Reggie or I near meat anytime soon, though.
No?
Many feathers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
apparently we left too many feathers in the chicken when we were cooking it. Vegetables, though, we can both do.
Well, that's good news.
It's just not preparing meat.
Hey, the feathers
You'll
add
get the hang.
a little tang.
Let's see, is anyone else coming?
Theoretically, Gray was coming with me, but he's also being Gray. I'll catch up to you, he said.
go?
We walk along the tracks, take a left when we get to the end of this wall, and then that'll be the librarian's area.
I think I hear him.
Got lost. You can take a quick
I
water
got a
break.
7.
Great, take a left, take a left.
Ah, there we go.
Sorry about that. There was a bit of a distraction on the way.
Oh, no worries. Well, grab a seat. Bring your weapons. We don't need them right now.
Do you want me to stay here?
Yeah, you might as well.
All right.
I don't think anyone's heading down there right now. Alright, so basically what we're doing here is just radio fundamental. Oh, okay, out of character. Whoa, Red, you might want to sit up and sit back down.
He's just picking his own place to sit now.
To me, I haven't sat down yet.
Then sit down somewhere, cause
I can't. I lost my HUD.
he has
Nice
an
invisible car.
He has an invisible wheelchair.
Yeah, you're Mama Murphy, man.
Quick, do a spin. That was great.
I'm gonna walk away for a second and see if I can fix this.
Alright, alright.
More like slide away. Alright, see you, Mama Murphy.
There has to be a blooper reel for this.
That's going in the blooper reel.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Red finds an invisible wheelchair. Takes for a spin.
Lost my HUD. I can't sit down or unsit.
Fast travel somewhere.
Yeah, that's probably the only way to fix it. That's amazing.
I was gonna take a photo mode picture and that happened.
We got plenty of time because I can't fast travel.
Oh no. Who knew that sitting would break the game? Actually, Gray, would you mind moving to the bench next to you? That way when he comes back he can sit next to Hunter and not on that accursed end.
I don't even know how that happened. Did he try sitting down while I was sitting down or something?
Yeah, you guys both tried to sit down at the same time, and he sat down at the end, and it like did that.
We'll have to keep that in mind. Oh, I think he's gone. He'll be back. So, while we're waiting, the rifle training went well.
That's good.
Probably heard us firing off multiple shots there. I lent Night Red the plasma rifle that I sometimes use in emergencies.
Alright, well, we're going to go ahead and start because he's going to have to take the other class to the cooking course. Or no, I'm sorry, the rifle range. Yeah. Alright, so basically what we're going over here is radio fundamentals. The big thing to start with is that you want to think before you transmit so that you know what you're going to say before you transmit. Keep it in mind. You want to focus on delivery and try not to trip on your own words or repeat the message. You want to make your message as clear as possible. When you initiate the call, you want to use the call sign of the person or location that you're trying to call first. This will inform them that they need to listen in. You want to introduce yourself with your call sign, and don't use your real name. We do that for security purposes. We don't want anyone on the line who's also listening to know who you are. You want to speak slowly, especially if the recipient is required to write something down. Give extra pause between concepts, that way they have time to let it sink in. Again, clarity in transmission will get your point across. More than a loud, panicked voice, clarity is the key. So you want to use the word over when you are done speaking and are expecting the conversation to continue, or out when you are done speaking and leaving the radio. That way your recipient knows that the conversation is over, or they need to respond somehow. When you have understood the transmitted information, you want to acknowledge the receipt with the words copy or roger. This will inform the transmitting party that the transmission was received and you understood it. You want to use the word I, which means understood and will comply, or wilco, to inform the transmitting party that you both understood and will comply in the case of an order or task that was assigned via the communication. Use break when you have a priority message that needs to get through and there's other radio traffic ongoing. You absolutely, if you have an emergency, do not hesitate to say break. That way other folks on the line will know that what you're trying to communicate is an emergency message and they'll fall silent, hopefully. If you receive a message and do not understand it, say again or repeat your last in order to inform the transmitter that their attempt at communication
Clarification,
failed.
do not say repeat.
Repeat your last?
Do not say repeat. Repeat means fire to last mission.
Yeah, see, this is where repeat your last is what I'm familiar with. That's how in the Navy.
Say again is what we were trained in the Army, so.
Yeah, Navy was repeat your last. So.
This is going to be fun.
Yeah. Alright, so in that case, it's probably better to stick with say again. In an emergency, either should work, though. Hopefully not while we're dealing with artillery, though. But basically, you want to use that to inform the transmitter that their communication has failed, and they need to essentially repeat whatever it was.
You know, speaking of artillery, is there any planned training on that in the future?
We could.
You gun people.
I mean, we kind of need to get our radio discipline down first, but yeah, we could do that. Alright, so whenever you have to actually spell a word to actually make sure that they are getting the point, you want to use the phonetic alphabet. Is everyone here familiar with this concept?
Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yeah, that is the phonetic alphabet. So, Hunter, actually, this is something that got brought up in the other class. I know we've already entered it in the scrolls, but we need to make sure that the phonetic alphabet is up and accessible for everyone so that they can study it in their off time.
I can do that.
Excellent. So, lastly, when you have to transmit a number, you want to use simple individual numbers. For instance, 25 would be transmitted as 25. Whoa, I have a situation. What the hell is that?
Oh, I hear robot.
We got commie cans.
This is something, Hey, Redcliffe, a couple of comic cans in the area.
Copy that.
Yeah, they're near the cooking session. I just seen firing from that direction.
Let me know if you want me to try and pacify them.
No. We're good. Alright. Take your places, everyone. We're going to continue. Alright, so with that, we're going to take a, we're going to make a practical
sweep these woods real quick and see if there's any stragglers.
Practical example of radio communication. Constance, Reggie, you're already here. I would like you two facing away from each other over here. Nope, center stage, man. You were in the right place, Reggie. Sorry. Oh, yeah, over here. So face away from each other. And Reginald, I want you to start and contact Constance. Constance, your call sign can be anything for this. You can use your normal one or make something up. It doesn't matter. Reginald, same with you. The important thing is we want to demonstrate that both of you know how to use the radio. So, Reginald, I would like you to communicate something to Constance using the information that we just learned.
Do I use my radio or?
No. Pretend like you just speak. Don't you actually communicate over the radio.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I guess I need to know Constance's call sign first.
I'm Raven 8.
No, I think the made-up one.
Doesn't matter.
Oh. We'll just use my real one.
Come on, folks, keep up.
Okay. This is Blue Tea Bandit to Raven 8. Do you copy?
Bates, I need you on my side.
Blue Tea Bandit, I copy.
Yes, sir.
Over.
Over.
Thank you, Gray.
Do you have the... Yeah, you got the weather? Over?
This is Raven 8. I have the weather. Over.
Raven 8, what appears to be the weather then?
This is Talon 1.
I have a question, Head Librarian Carlson.
Go ahead.
I have the cooking class.
Do we say the call sign of the person every time we go on the radio, or is that only when we're first initiating contact with them?
Roger that.
So formally speaking, you should use it every time so they know the message is directed to them. In practice, though, sometimes that's going to get dropped off. That's okay as long as the recipient is the only active operator and they understand that you're discussing or you're aiming the transmission at them, if that makes sense.
Okay, yes, that makes sense. Well then, I believe you just asked the weather, so... Blue Tea Bandit, the weather is dark and... It is dark out, and that's not the weather. It's clear. Over. Need to practice the not stumbling over my words.
Alright, so now I'd like one of you to actually, Constance, I would like you to transmit a message to Reginald and use the phonetic alphabet in a word to try to describe the word. Reginald, you might want to write it down because you will be asked what it means.
Alright.
Any word?
Any word, yep. This is all impromptu, so...
I'm trying. Okay. Blue Tea Bandit, this is Raven 8. Do you copy?
This is Blue Tea Bandit. I copy. Over.
Blue Tea Bandit, write this down for me. Charlie Alpha Tango. Over. Over.
Copy that. I got it.
This is where out would be appropriate. Or you could actually repeat what you received to her. So what was the transmitted word?
Charlie Alpha Tango. Out.
Alright, and what word is that, Reginald?
It's cat.
Alright. Well done to you two. Alright.
Thank you.
Next up, Mrs. Carlson and Gray.
Need to practice that more.
All right. Great, if you would be so kind as to transmit a message to Senior Scribe Elsie.
What call sign would you prefer, Senior Scribe?
We'll stick with my regular. I'm Raven 4.
Alright, and I'll stick with Talon 3. Okay. Give me a moment here. This is Talon 3 to Raven 4. Over.
Talon 3, this is Raven 4. I copy. Over.
Talon 3 to Raven 4. I have 3 super mutant targets at Objective Alpha and 2 super mutant hounds. Over.
Talon 3, that sounds like quite the trouble. Would you like some assistance? Over.
Talon 3 to Raven 4. Negative. I'm going to be heading to Objective Beta next. Over.
Roger that.
All right.
Oh, right. Talon 3 over and out.
Elsie, I would like for you to communicate to Gray using the phonetic alphabet, as we saw before.
Alright, let me think of a word.
I would just say go with dog.
But then you know what it is.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, but what is it in the alphabet? Yes, hi, I am practicing.
Alright. Raven 4 to Talon 3, over.
This is Talon 3, copy that, over.
Talon 3, please take this down for me. It is Delta Oscar Golf, over.
Talon 3, the Raven 4, Delta Oscar Golf. Dog?
Talon 3, that's it. Thank you. Over and out.
Such a big surprise.
Are we good?
Yep, we're good.
That
Very well
worked.
done. All right, Hunter, you and me.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to use Raven 1. Go ahead and communicate your message to me.
This is Raptor 9 to Raven 1, over.
This is Raven 1, I copy.
Raven 1, we have an issue with mutants, over.
Copy that. What is the location of these mutants?
Raven 1, the location is at Delta.
Delta.
Over.
Delta I copy that. Raven 9, do we have a plan of action? Over.
Raptor 9, I was gonna go say hello, but I may not. Over.
Repeat after me. Hello there, do I see my brothers?
Yeah, copy that. All right.
We're heading
Now
out.
I'm going to practice the phonetic alphabet. So I will send you a message, Hunter, if you have a
Okay.
notepad handy.
I have a question.
Uh-huh.
What's X in the phonetic alphabet?
It's X-ray.
Okay. What's R?
R is Romeo.
Okay, thank you.
B for dead.
Do you have any other questions?
Nope, that is all.
I think that's the wrong alphabet that you're thinking of.
Is
I had
it?
a question.
Go ahead, Babs.
Do any of you have a harmonica?
I
Sure.
left mine at my house.
Sure.
You guys are aware of that.
It's gonna rain?
Oh, it's gonna rain. All right, well, we'll get back to cooking then.
All right.
Why is my capsule on
All
fire?
right, folks, let's get moving. We got a lot to do in a short time.
Awesome, good to see you.
Thanks.
How's the traveling over the roads? Were they safe?
Let me tell you, the trip
Hunter.
from
Good
Meyer
job.
to here is a son of a
Oh.
bitch.
You sure you want to do the alpha thing?
Yeah, no, we're good.
Okay.
We're having a good time. We're doing radios.
Yeah,
Radio
we're
calls.
doing radio
yeah.
class.
I know some of this.
Hey, you think it's gonna be raining later this afternoon? Because I think we might be getting some weather here.
Yeah,
at some
hopefully,
point.
hopefully no.
I'd say otherwise.
Hey, this rate be hit different.
Did anyone catch the name of the person who launched it?
I did.
First Archangel.
And he's standing right side.
Wait, why would they do that?
I don't know.
Because we're brotherhood.
No. All right.
And block.
Because that's the,
Yeah.
Alright, I'm back on the radio. So what now?
All right. So now we'll respawn and find a new server.
Roger that.